The distress signal crackled through the quantum communication array with desperate urgency, cutting through the routine chatter of deep space traffic like a scream in the dark. This is colony ship Serenity's Dream, registration number Sierra 77 Alpha. We are under attack. Unknown hostiles. Shields failing. Children aboard. Please, anyone. Humanity, if you can hear this. We need help. The transmission dissolved into static, but not before the automated systems of the Terran Defense Network had triangulated its origin point, the Kepler 442 system, 73 light-years from Earth. Admiral Sarah Voss stood in the command center of the TDN headquarters, her weathered face illuminated by the cascade of tactical displays surrounding her. At 62, she had survived the Centauri conflicts, the mining wars, and the brutal suppression of the corporate rebellion. Her gray eyes, hard as titanium, studied the star chart with the calculating gaze of someone who had learned that in space, hesitation meant death. "Ma'am," reported Lieutenant Commander Chen, his voice tight with barely controlled urgency. Long-range sensors confirm massive energy signatures in the Kepler system. Whatever hits Serenity's Dream, it's big. Survivors? Voss asked, without looking away from the displays. Unknown. The colony ship went dark 17 minutes ago. If they're alive, they won't be for long. Voss touched the communication panel with practiced efficiency. This is Admiral Voss to all fleet commanders. Priority Alpha alert. I want the 4th, 7th, and 12th battle groups prepped for immediate hyperspace jump. Full combat loadout. Admiral, interjected Captain Rodriguez, the station's chief of staff. Regulations require Galactic Council approval for any military action beyond our territorial borders. The paperwork alone will take. Captain, Voss interrupted, her voice carrying the authority of someone who had buried too many friends to care about bureaucracy. There are 3,000 civilians on that colony ship, including 800 children. File the paperwork after we save them. Within the hour, the most formidable military force humanity had ever assembled began materializing in the void beyond Earth's orbital defense platforms. The 4th battle group, led by the massive dreadnought Retribution, bristled with railgun arrays and fusion missile pods. The 7th, comprised of fast attack cruisers and stealth destroyers, hung in space like a pack of hungry wolves. The 12th, humanity's newest battle group, showcased the cutting-edge warships fresh from the Martian shipyard's vessels, whose capabilities were still classified, even from most of the fleet. Admiral Voss transferred her command to the flagship Nemesis, a kilometer-long behemoth that represented the pinnacle of human military engineering. As the Armada aligned for the hyperspace jump, she studied the tactical briefing with the cold attention to detail that had made her the most feared military commander in human space. Enemy profile is still unknown, reported Commander Kim from the intelligence section. But the energy signatures suggest technology at least equivalent to our own, possibly superior. We're looking at multiple capital ships, likely supported by fighter screens. Any communication from the attackers? Negative. They've ignored all diplomatic channels. Voss nodded grimly. In her experience, alien species that opened fire without attempting communication were usually the kind that viewed other sentient life as either slaves or food. Neither option was acceptable. All ships, prepare for hyperspace jump. Destination, Kepler 442 system. Combat formation upon arrival. The universe twisted as the Armada entered hyperspace. 73 warships vanishing from Earth's local space in a cascade of distorted light. For 18 hours, they rode the cosmic currents between dimensions, while combat teams made final preparations and weapons systems ran continuous diagnostics. When they emerged at the edge of the Kepler system, the scene that greeted them was worse than even Admiral Voss had anticipated. Serenity's Dream hung dead in space, her hull breached in a dozen places, atmosphere and debris creating a slowly expanding cloud around her broken form. But she wasn't alone. Surrounding the colony ship, like predators circling wounded prey, were 15 alien vessels of utterly unfamiliar design, organic-looking things that seemed grown rather than built, their surfaces pulsing with bioluminescent patterns. "Admiral," reported the sensor operator, his voice tight with controlled alarm, "I'm reading life signs aboard the colony ship. Minimal, but they're there." "And the hostiles?" "They appear to be harvesting something from the ship. Boarding parties, energy siphons. It looks like they're stripping everything of value." Admiral Voss felt the familiar cold rage that had earned her the nickname Ice Queen among the fleet. These aliens hadn't just attacked a defenseless colony ship, they were looting it while survivors still clung to life in whatever compartments remained pressurized. "All ships, this is Admiral Voss. Combat deployment. 4th Battle Group, establish perimeter and prepare for long-range engagement. 7th Group, fast attack pattern, hit their flanks and keep them distracted. 12th Group." She paused, studying the tactical display. The 12th Battle Group's ships were equipped with humanity's newest and most devastating weapons technologies that had never been tested in actual combat. 12th Group, target their largest vessels. Show them what human engineering can do. The battle began with a symphony of destruction that lit up the dark void like a premature sunrise. The alien vessels, caught completely off guard by the sudden appearance of a massive human fleet, scrambled to respond. Their organic ships moved with surprising grace, but they had clearly expected to continue their harvest unopposed. They were catastrophically wrong. The 4th Battle Group's railguns spoke first, sending tungsten penetrators across millions of kilometers at speeds that turned kinetic energy into pure devastation. The aliens' organic hulls, however sophisticated, had never evolved to withstand such focused kinetic force. The first alien ship simply came apart, its bioluminescent patterns flickering and dying as massive structural damage cascaded through its living hull. The 7th Group's cruisers danced between the enemy formation like deadly ballerinas, their fusion missiles creating nuclear flowers that bloomed briefly in the vacuum before fading to leave only expanding clouds of superheated plasma and alien debris. But it was the 12th Battle Group that truly demonstrated why humanity had become the most feared military force in the local galactic arm. Their ships carried prototype weapons that manipulated fundamental forces, gravitational lensing arrays that could crush enemy vessels like tin cans, quantum disruptors that unraveled matter at the atomic level, and most terrifying of all, temporal displacement cannons that could age enemy ships into scrap in seconds. The alien fleet, which had seemed so formidable while attacking a defenseless colony ship, dissolved under the withering assault of humanity's finest. Within 20 minutes, 15 alien ships had been reduced to expanding debris fields and rapidly cooling plasma clouds. "Hostile fleet neutralized," reported Commander Kim, his voice filled with professional satisfaction. "Launching rescue shuttles to Serenity's dream." As the rescue operation began, Admiral Voss stood on the bridge of Nemesis and watched the recovery teams work. She thought about the SOS signal that had started this, a desperate cry for help, from humans facing annihilation in the dark. The galaxy was full of predators, she reflected. But today, they had learned an important lesson. Humanity protected its own. And when humans sent an SOS, the deadliest armada in known space would answer that call. No matter how far, no matter how many, no matter what it cost. The message was clear across the stars: attack humans at your own peril.